America before 1492, Part 3, Legacies and Resilience. In our first part, we revealed the lie of an empty land. In our second, we walked the majestic capitals of the Aztec and Inca empires at their peak. Now we arrive at the most important question. What happened after the cataclysm? The story of the Americas before 1492 does not end with conquest, it transforms. Today, we trace the unbroken thread. We look at legacies that refuse to die and the profound resilience of peoples who are not ghosts of history, but active shapers of our modern world. First, let's talk about what was targeted for destruction. European colonizers didn't just seek gold and land. They waged war on memory itself. They toppled pyramids and built churches on their foundations. A literal and symbolic overpowering of one world by another. They burned thousands of Maya codices, libraries of knowledge on astronomy, history, and medicine. They banned languages and sacred ceremonies. This was an attempt at a cultural reset, to sever people from their past and justify a new order. But a culture woven over millennia cannot be erased so easily. It goes underground. It adapts. It synthesizes. Across Latin America, indigenous spiritual beliefs blended with Catholicism, creating rich, new traditions. The Virgin of Guadalupe appeared on the hill sacred to the Aztec mother goddess Tonantzin. In the Andes, the sun god Inti and the Christian god fused in the hearts of worshippers. This wasn't mere surrender. It was a strategic preservation of a worldview using the tools of the new regime. The most tangible legacy is in the earth itself, the astonishing agricultural revolution that Native Americans gifted to the world. Think of the global diet before 1492. No corn, no potatoes, no tomatoes, no chocolate, no vanilla, no peanuts, no chili peppers, no pineapples, no cassava. These were all developed by indigenous farmers over thousands of years. The potato alone, domesticated in the Andes, would go on to fuel population booms in Europe. Corn became a global staple. This is perhaps their greatest, most living contribution. They fed the world. The political legacy is equally powerful. The Iroquois Confederacy, or Haudenosaunee, a union of 6 nations in the Northeast, had a sophisticated democratic constitution known as the Great Law of Peace. It featured a representative government, checks and balances, and the concept that leaders should serve the people. Benjamin Franklin and other founding fathers were deeply familiar with the Iroquois system through diplomacy and trade. While not a direct copy, the ideas of a federal union and certain democratic principles were inspired by this powerful Native American model. The ownership of this land was not just physical. It was intellectual, providing frameworks for governance. Most importantly, the people themselves are the legacy. From the Mayan communities of Guatemala and Mexico, preserving their languages and textiles, to the Quechua and Aymara peoples of the Andes, maintaining their communal land practices, to the hundreds of federally recognized tribes in the United States and First Nations in Canada, exercising their hard-won sovereignty, the story is one of continuous presence. They are lawyers, artists, scientists, and elders, fighting for treaty rights, revitalizing languages, and leading the protection of the environment. The activist standing against an oil pipeline is not just a protester. They are the descendant of the Mississippian mound builder, the Inca engineer, the Lenape diplomat, defending the land their ancestors owned. This is the true Sankofa. It is not a wistful look at a dead past. It is the active, urgent reclamation of a narrative. It is understanding that the pre-1492 world was not a prologue to the real history that began with Columbus. It was a culmination of 15,000 years of human innovation, society, and spirit. The conquest was a brutal, pivotal interruption, but it was not the end. When we acknowledge that the land we walk on was owned, named, and cherished by others for millennia, we do more than correct a historical fact. We change our relationship with the present. We see the depth in the place names, the wisdom in the ancient agricultural practices now used in sustainable farming, the strength in the ongoing struggle for justice. So let us end this series not with an ending, but with a recognition. The great empires of Tenochtitlan and Cusco fell, but the people, their descendants, their ideas, and their seeds did not. They endured, they adapted. They are still here, owning their story and their future. This is the secret we must reclaim, that American history is not a short, simple tale of discovery. It is a long, complex, and ongoing epic of many nations. And for us at Sankofa Secrets, the work of looking back to move forward has never been more vital. Subscribe and like for more.